Ahead of his upcoming Snyderverse convention, Zack Snyder unveiled a new poster based on his DC movies. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Before SnyderCon hits Pasadena in just about 2 weeks, former DCU director Zack Snyder shared on Twitter a poster for the event, drawn by Jim Lee, featuring his Justice League roster in all its glory. With SnyderCon, the aptly named convention regarding Zack Snyder's DCU universe, just a couple of weeks away, the director raised the hype for the event with a brand new poster. With the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League and a promising post-credits scene in Black Adam, fans have been vying for a continuation of the Snyder-envisioned DC cinematic universe. However, with the hiring of James Gunn and Peter Safran to head the new, mostly rebooted DC universe, much of that hope was shattered, despite a campaign to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix buzzing around internet circles. Even though his films seem to be over, however, Snyder is hosting a SnyderCon event on April 28th to 30th in Pasadena, California, celebrating his films and the universe before fans say goodbye for what might be ever. With art by Jim Lee, the poster sports The Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Batman. In the center of the characters is the face of Darkseid, ominous as ever. The bottom of the poster sees a JL logo, along with the title Zack Snyder's Justice League. Above the black and white drawn characters are various symbols, and the word Equitas, a Latin word fittingly speaking to justice and equity. Sales of t-shirts with the poster design, according to Snyder's tweet, will be going toward the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. A powerful goodbye to the DCU. The SnyderCon event ultimately is unlikely to host major announcements of future developments for what is confirmed to be a defunct cinematic universe. However, if the art in the poster is anything to go by, the event will not be given the short end of any stick because of it. Just because there is not more to come does not mean love and care will not be given to the event, and to the fans attending and supporting the films it inspired. Beyond that, the event is supporting an important cause in the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, an act anyone, regardless of their feelings toward the movies the convention is focusing on, could get behind. SnyderCon will take place in Pasadena, California from April 28th to 30th. Zack Snyder, the mastermind behind 300 and Rebel Moon, is stepping into a whole new ring, literally. The visionary director, known for his signature slow-motion action sequences and epic storytelling, has set his sights on the brutal, adrenaline-fueled world of the UFC with Brawler, his upcoming feature film. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. And if there's one thing Snyder does best, it's delivering high-impact, visually stunning action that leaves audiences on the edge of their seats. But Brawler isn't just another sports movie. With UFC President Dana White involved and filming set to take place in some of the most high-stakes environments, this project is shaping up to be a game-changer for MMA fans and cinephiles alike. While details on casting and plot remain under wraps, early buzz suggests this could be one of Snyder's most grounded and intense films yet. What is Brawler and why is Zack Snyder's latest project already making waves? Read on to find out everything we know so far. Zack Snyder is cooking up something massive, and this time, it's all about the blood, sweat, and chaos of the UFC. Brawler isn't just another fight movie, it's got UFC President Dana White backing it, Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority Chairman Turki Al-Sheikh funding it, and Snyder himself bringing his signature intensity to the mix. In other words, this is about to be a cinematic knockout. Filming is rumored to take place in Las Vegas and Riyadh, two of the biggest fight capitals in the world. And here's where it gets even wilder. Some scenes might actually be shot during real UFC events. Imagine the energy of a packed-out arena, the roar of the crowd, and Snyder's signature cinematic flair turning it into something next level. So, what exactly is Brawler bringing to the table? How does it stack up against other MMA classics? And more importantly, how will Snyder's signature style translate into the unforgiving world of professional fighting? Let's break it all down. Love him or hate him, Zack Snyder is one of the most fearless directors in Hollywood. He doesn't just make movies. He goes all in, crafting larger-than-life worlds with his signature mix of slow-motion, high-contrast visuals, and raw, emotional intensity. But with big swings come big risks, and Snyder has taken plenty. His Dawn of the Dead remake in 2004? A risky move that revived the zombie genre. 300, 2006. A hyper-stylized historical epic that could have flopped but instead became a cultural phenomenon. Then there's Watchmen, 2009, his dark, divisive take on superheroes, and Sucker Punch, 2011, a wild, original concept that split audiences. And, of course, his DCU journey, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and the infamous Justice League drama that led to the fan-driven #Release the Snyder Cut movement. Now, the big question: who's stepping into the cage? While Snyder hasn't spilled the details yet, Star Wars and Ferrari actor Adam Driver's name is already floating around as a potential lead. If that casting happens, it's game over and a lethal combo. And with Dana White involved, don't be surprised if some real UFC legends make an appearance. This one's already shaping up to be a must-watch. MMA movies have always packed a punch, but Brawler is already looking like a heavyweight contender. The genre has seen some knockout hits over the years, such as Tom Hardy's Warrior, 2011, which set the gold standard for raw emotion and brutal fight sequences, while Jake Gyllenhaal's Roadhouse, 2024, remake brought Hollywood flair to the octagon. But with Zack Snyder at the helm, Brawler could be the game-changer that takes MMA films to the next level. Unlike past MMA movies, which often blend action with underdog stories, Brawler has the potential to deliver a completely fresh take. Snyder's signature visual style, which includes gritty textures, dramatic slow mo, and hyper-realistic combat, could make every punch and takedown feel painfully real. And if the rumors about filming during actual UFC events are true, this could be the closest thing to stepping inside the cage without getting hit. Through it all, Snyder has stayed true to his vision. Whether it's mythic storytelling, jaw-dropping action, or emotional gut punches, his movies feel like Snyder movies. And now, with Brawler, he's taking another big swing, and this time, in the world of UFC. Will it be another knockout? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: Snyder never plays it safe. Another factor setting Brawler apart? The UFC's direct involvement. Most MMA films operate outside the official fight world, but with Dana White backing this project, we might see real UFC fighters stepping in alongside Hollywood stars. That kind of authenticity. Unmatched. If Snyder plays his cards right, Brawler could be the definitive MMA film. Before seeing The Flash in theaters, former DC director/producer Zack Snyder gave his thoughts on the DCU's latest movie. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Zack Snyder hasn't seen The Flash yet, but he's ready to enjoy what DC has in store. Speaking with Matt Soups Ramos at Netflix's Tudum fan event in Brazil, Zack and Deborah Snyder shared their feelings on the recent theatrical release for The Flash. While the married filmmaking couple haven't seen the film yet, they plan to get a viewing in once Tudum comes to an end. Snyder expressed that he's super excited to see the movie, confirming his love for star Ezra Miller as the Flash takes the spotlight in his own solo movie. Zack Snyder first brought Ezra Miller into the DC spotlight as the Flash for a quick role in 2016's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, before teaming up for both versions of Justice League in 2017 and 2021. Miller's solo The Flash movie will now be one of the final films to date